Morning. How you doing, Sully? How's it going, man?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for taking a few minutes. I saw
Thank you for having me on.
No problem. I saw the picture of the football helmet on Twitter, and I was like, man, that looks really awesome. I guess you've been doing that for a couple of years, right?
Yes, we started that tradition, I want to say 2013. I think this is the fourth year we've done it. We started the tradition because I just think that it was important. I felt, along with our coaching staff, we just felt it was important that the kids knew the importance of that day and how, this country is bigger than all of us, and when sad events like that happen and occur, they need to be remembered and honored by those that are still, part of the country and everything like that. That should never be forgotten. And that was a sad day and a lot of life lessons and understanding how lucky we are to be free and to respect those servicewomen and servicemen that provide our freedom every day.
Chuck, what else do you have going on this weekend? I saw a post on Twitter about something going on with the soccer game tonight.
Yeah, we have our boys and girls soccer teams are hosting Pinelands tonight. Our girls' game is at 5. Our boys' game is at 7. Talking to our coaches, our girls' coach, Ed Decker, and our boys' coach, Guy Lockwood, along with the Pinelands Regional Athletic Director, Will Sunderman, we decided to make all donations. We're not charging any admission. The Key Club actually is going to help out. The Southern Regional Key Club is going to help out under Miss Malley. And we are going to put buckets out there and just accept donations. And those donations will go to the Wounded Warrior Project. And we will also be selling T-shirts that Mr. Salvo came up with from the professional assistant here in district. And, we're going to sell them T-shirts and all the proceeds from those T-shirts, I should say, will also go to the Wounded Warrior Project as well.
We're talking with Chuck Donohue, Athletic Director at Southern Regional High School. Chuck, take me through some of your thoughts when that day happened 15 years ago, September 11th, 2001. I know myself, it was just such a... It's hard to even describe what you're feeling and what you're seeing. It's hard to even believe what you're seeing on the television, on the news, and I'm sure you knew a lot of people who were affected either indirectly or directly. Take us through some of your thoughts on that whole week, that Tuesday morning. It's hard to put it into words how much it affected not only myself but everyone around me. And give us some of your thoughts on that morning.
Yeah, I think what you're saying there is true. A couple things that I remember about that day. One, I remember it was a beautiful day. It was gorgeous outside. I don't know if there was a cloud in the sky. It was sunny. It was a great, beautiful fall day. I remember that. I remember teaching. Actually teaching. It was second period, and a teacher coming in that uses switching classrooms in and out, saying a plane crashed in the World Trade Center. And I said, a plane crash? I thought that maybe it was an accident. That happened. And then someone else said, no, it was 2. And right away I thought, of a terror attack. And I just remember it being kind of like the state of oh my God, what's happening, and then when you finally got to a TV and you saw it, it was surreal, like you didn't think it was really happening. And then it was, very, very sad time. I think it was something that I'll never forget. I know I won't ever forget. And the ironic thing is, you say 15 years ago it happened. I mean, feel like I feel like it happened. 15 weeks ago, not even 15 days ago. I that's such a vivid memory that I have. But I remember teaching. I remember a teacher coming in saying something about it. Going to the teacher lounge to see the TV and then watching it. And then I remember I had another class right after, so I had to get to my class. And then I actually went back to find a TV in our modern media room, and I remember watching the second tower that was actually hit, was the first tower to go down. And I remember seeing the tower go down, and I'm like, did that just happen? Did that just happen? That was a really, really, really sad day, but I remember it like that, and I do remember it was a gorgeous day, and unfortunately, everything that happened that day was just made it one of the saddest days in our country's history.
Chuck, what was the reaction of the high school students at the time that you were teaching? I got to believe that at some point, school took a back seat to everything that was going on, because as it goes on to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, you're still only about halfway through the school day, and I'm sure people were kind of understanding what was happening by, say, 10:30.
Yes, I think that that's not a normal school day.
Right.
It wasn't close to being a normal school day. It was a day where I can remember addressing the kids, addressing the one class, and then when your other classes came in, they already had a clue, a notification about what happened. But I do remember our superintendent now, Mr. Craig Henry, was the principal at the time, and I remember him coming on the intercom and making an announcement that our country was under attack, and I just remember him saying that that bringing us unfortunate news that our country is now under attack, and I just remember the faculty and staff and the students really rallying with each other, and I believe we finished the school day. I don't believe we were sent home early. I believe parents could come here and get our kids out of school, but I want to almost positive say we finished the school day and we canceled all after school activities that day. I remember because we were scheduled to play on, I remember vividly with football, we were scheduled to play Friday night, and that game got canceled to a Monday night. I remember.
We're talking with Chuck Donohue, Southern Regional Athletic Director, getting some thoughts and memories on 9/11, which happened 15 years ago. Chuck, what's it like now being in the school with kids who, some of which weren't even born when this happened, and most of the high school kids that are graduating either this year or the next couple of years were just toddlers at that time? Do they understand the impact it had on the region?
I think that they have an understanding about it because of you can get information on it on 9/11 from everywhere, but I think because of the region and the country has made that something like Pearl Harbor, or let me rephrase. That would be like having respect for that and sadness for that, for those lost. It would be like the time when my parents would try to explain to me the Kennedy assassination,
right,
and how that was such a sad day, or my grandfather trying to explain to me what Pearl Harbor was like, and it's days where it's an event in our country where we need to continue to educate about it, because there's still effects from 9/11 happening now, where our young men and our young women, or our men and women, I should say, are going over and fighting for our freedom and over in foreign countries, and we just got to make sure that we continue to educate them on that, But I do think that there's tremendous respect about it, within our community and in our school. Anytime that I've asked to do something like this, the upper administration and the Board of Education has supported it. Our high school principal, Eric Wilhelm, has done a great job with saluting all of our alumni that are in the military and serve. So we're a high school that is very proud of our country, and like all of us are. And this is something that we're going to continue to do and continue to educate. And then putting a sticker on a helmet reminds kids and helps them understand that be proud that you're an American, and be thankful for your freedoms that you have every day, and that you can come to school and you can participate in sports, and you have a right to think and a right to have an opinion. Then we're going to keep doing stuff like that. If we need to have donate money to the Wounded Warrior Project because we believe in that, we're thankful and respect all those that made the ultimate sacrifice or sacrifices for our freedom. Then that's something that we need to do. And we can't forget that, not only as a community or a high school, but as a country. This is the greatest country there is, and I just, and of course there are going to be dark days, and that was definitely a dark day and one that should never be forgotten.
Chuck, real quick before we let you go, what was the mood at the football game last night? Those kids, I'm sure they were proud to wear that sticker with the red, white, and blue S on their helmets. And what were your emotions when you saw that on the helmets of these young boys?
I just think that, I just think it's something that, it's kind of like a tradition, so it's kind of like an expectation, you know what I mean? So some of them will come up to me in the summer and be like, "Hey, Coach, what game are we when the Stars and Stripes on the helmet?" And it's just pretty cool, and it's a reminder of what happened, but it's also a reminder of, hey, you got to regroup, like that was our message. Our simple message was, had a tough opening day last week in a close game, going against one of the top teams in the state, the defending Group 5 champ, Toms River North, and how you still got to regroup when things don't go your way, and you got to stick together and regroup. And I told them that's what our country did after 9/11, and that's what that's what we're expected to do on our small scale, and that it's bigger than us. It's bigger than us individually. Our country will always be bigger than us. Our team will always be bigger than us, and that's the message you try to get. So, I'm very proud of them. They all put it on the right side of their helmet, and it's something that, when they take that off the helmet this week and, they put it on the back of their bumper of their car or their locker or something like that, that'll be something that they can remember why we did it, and, hopefully that they're proud of that reason.
Great stuff, Chuck. I appreciate you taking a few minutes. We're up against the break, but really great interview and going through some of those emotions in that day. And we're really proud of the Southern Regional community for doing what they're doing, especially for the Wounded Warriors tonight.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for the time. You do a great job. You guys do a great job for South Jersey Shore Sports, and I'm a fan of the show, and thank you. And just one last thing, I would like to say congratulations to my high school coach, Paul Sacco, on his 300th win. Definitely well-deserved. Had a lot of fun playing at St. Joe, and I just wanted to make sure I said congratulations to him.
Good stuff. Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate it, man. Have a good weekend.
All right. Take care. Thank you.
That was Chuck Donohue, Athletic Director at Southern Regional High School.